Welcome everyone. Welcome to another video today. This is about what's going on everywhere in all the, especially in Facebooks, is going on in WhatsApp groups, everywhere you have. That CEM entrances are stopping now and they are going to be some other format. So today, this video is especially for you all so that I could take little stress away from the parents who are preparing their children for 11 plus entrances in 2023, mean next year. So, what do you think the entrance would be, and how would that affect your child, and all that other stuff? First of all, let's welcome you all to the new video. I did another video in the morning. If you guys missed that out, please have a look at that video. It must be in our YouTube channel, or you could find that video in our 11 plus ALT group or in our Facebook channel page. So you could look at that video. That video tells you about the traveling from how to travel to grammar schools. So let's leave that video aside. And it's for all of you who have joined me now. Just say a quick hi. And please let me know if you can hear my voice because sometimes you all say that the voice is not so clear. So please let me know if you can hear me. And if you are alone here, I would highly recommend to get your friends, everyone, because this video would be giving you a lot of information about 11 plus entrances. So I had someone said yes, so you can hear me. Is my voice normal? Or you could hear it's not so clear. So if you all are new and you don't know who I am, so I don't need to introduce myself. But if you still want me to introduce myself, I can do that. My name is Ashima. I'm the director and founder of ALT Tuition. We have a center at Orpington High Street. We offer tuitions, summer courses, what else? Everything, whatever you say, parents' informations, everything I offer all in one in our YouTube channel and in our center. So let's get started today about CEM entrances. First of all, the parents who have joined me today, or the members, I would say, do you guys know what CEM entrance is first? And what is a GL entrance? If you are new to 11 plus journey, I would say that the entrances are normally two types. One is the GL style, and another is a CEM style. The CEM style is compared to be more harder than the CM style, GL style. So if you think that they are moving from GL to CM, what would the change be for your child? And if you know the CM entrance is basically more to vocabulary, it focus more for the children to see how the vocabulary works. And they focus more on these things, these skills, than the GL. GL is more easy one, and the children get more good scores for the GL assessments. So if I compare, I can only compare from my area. If you look at the results from Bexley and Kent, children normally do better in in Kent than in Bexley. The reason for that is the Bexley entrance is CEM, and that's why the children normally struggle to pass in the CEM entrance than they do in Kent. Kent is more easy based because it's a GL assessment. So if you think that this will change, how would that affect your children who would be giving the 11 plus entrances next year? So I have a slide with you. I have a website for the CEM for you all. First of all, I need to explain you what a CEM entrance is because it'll be easy for you all to understand what's happening. Uh, before to understand what's happening, we should know what CEM entrance is. So let me share my screen with you all. So I have gone on the website of CEM. I'll hide myself so you all can only see the entrance, the website. So this is the basically the website. These are the providers. I would say the CEM providers who set the papers for CEM entrances. I'm just letting you know that how it works and everything. First, we need to know what CEM is. And if you see here, they have written that they are suitable for entry for year 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is what they normally do. Now you look at this, we can come to know that the CM entrance is not completely in. They are still offering entrances online. So this is something you should keep in mind, because I have some parents who keep asking me that if the CM is over, well, should we throw all our CM books? No, you should not, because you know that it's the world today. Because of COVID, everything has gone online. So we could have something called like entrance online, but that could be done in the school. So this is one of the things which could be done. Like they would still have the CM entrance, but they would just try doing it in the school, and they would be doing a computerized exams entrance. You know that computerized entrance are always done in 11 plus entrances if you all go for a private school. If you go for the private school entrances, you will see that private school entrances normally conduct online entrance. So they have the entrance online to check the vocabulary of a child. So CEM could also do something like that. So this could be something there. You could have the CM entrance online. You could go to the center and try doing the assessment online. So if you see that what they say that CM select computer assessments are designed for selective independent schools, partly selective state schools, grammar schools, and schools with fair banding admissions. So if you go for in-year admissions, in-year admissions for CEM, that's basically for Bexley, they are still doing something which is called a CEM entrance online. So they have already started that in the independent schools and also in grammar schools in year admissions. If it's successful there, because you know that it is getting successful, they might think about it going here also online. So if you have the CEM entrance online, how would that entrance work? So if you have the entrance online, so you would see that the entrance would be, they are saying that CM Select Entrance Assessment can help you identify pupils who are likely to be successful in an academic secondary school. So I'm just looking how does it work. If you go on the website, they would tell you how it will work. Each child completes assessment independently, working at a computer and guided by on-screen instructions, meaning it can be carried out with as many candidates as you get for in sitting. Feedback is available to download from the secure website within 72 hours. You know that we are becoming we are, because of COVID, all the schools know how to operate online. So if the assessments are done online, it might not be like children go to other schools to give the assessment. It might be something they could use the assessment in their own room, and the assessment would be done online. This is one of the options which could be possible, and you should also tell your child to be prepared and don't stop doing anything about CEM. Don't stop doing anything about CEM and CEM books. You should still be doing it, because you could have the entrance online. This is something what we can see on their website. So it also tells you that how is it done, and you know that how much time it takes for the assessments to take place. Like if you give the entrance, if your child is giving an entrance, the result may come after a month or so. If the child gives the entrance in September, normally the result comes after a month. If your child will be doing the assessment online, the result would come within 72 hours. So this is also saving the time of the consuls if they try doing the assessments online. So this is something which could be possible. And if that could be possible, you all should carry on preparing yourself with CEM. You should not go against CEM and say that, oh, we should throw CEM entrance books because now CEM has stopped taking entrance. It is not none of the consuls have told you yet what are their plans, and none of the consuls have told you that the entrance will be over. They will not conduct CEM. So this is one of the options they could do. That I wanted to tell you, and you could read it. How does it work? You could go on their website. I will put the link of the website everywhere for you guys to have a look. So you could go on their website and have a look. How would the entrance work if it is online? And your child should be really good in using the computer, because some of the children don't even like using computers so much. So this is something you all should be prepared for using a computer, and try doing it with your child so that you know that your child is someone which is really good in computer. So this is something could happen. So another thing I have for you all. I will just put it here. Let me paste it so all of you have a look. So there's only one council which has said that they are moving away. They are stopping CEM entrance completely. I found this on their school website. And if you look at this, they are saying that Buckinghamshire Grammar School applicants for 2023 entry will take the 11 plus test from a new exam provider. So they have confirmed that they will be going from CEM to GL assessment. So how would that work? They also have given, if the article, if you go on the school website again, I will be putting the school website for you all to have a look at the school website. The school has said that they would be doing this for 2023. So the school has given the information. I'll just zoom in for you guys to have a look. They say that currently year 5 in Berkshire schools who want to apply to one of the country's 6 grammar schools in September will now take the 11 plus exam from GL assessment. So they have confirmed that they are going from CEM to GL assessment. And one thing what they have also said, if you look at their website, it says that the GL assessment 11 plus exam will be established as a leading provider of similar tests and is already used by other authorities, including Kent. They also named some of the authorities which still use uh, GL. This exam will test the same four competitives of maths, English, verbal and non-verbal reasoning as the CM papers have in the previous years. Will as full preparation guide will detail of the new test will be available later this spring. So they have confirmed that they will be shifting from CEM to GL. So all the consuls normally will tell you in the springtime what their options are. So some schools, some consuls might just go for what can like GL, and some consuls might try to make their own papers like Southern and other schools do. So if they make their own papers, remember that their papers would be something similar to the CM entrance, because you know that the CM entrance is which is much harder compared to GL, and it has more of vocabulary. It tests the general vocabulary more than GL does. So why would a consul want something which is easy? So you have to think about that. Like Midway Consul had shifted, they were CEM, they had shifted from CEM to GL. And when they shifted from CEM to GL, they started doing creative writing. This is something which I also want to tell you all. If the consuls are shifting from CEM to GL, you should be prepared for the creative writing. If you know what is creative writing in Kent, the creative writing in Kent is normally not marked. It is only marked when you go for appeals and things like that. But if the other schools they go from GL to CEM to GL, they might start doing creative writing. So you have to prepare your child for creative writing, and you have to be prepared for everything what could happen. The, so there could be two options what I discussed with you all. The two options are you might do it online test, or the second thing what I discussed now is that your console would go from CEM to GL. Creative writing, yes, I know. Creative writing was always there in Midway, but now creative writing could also be there in the other schools also. It could also be there in CEM or Bexley. So you have to prepare the children for every possible things, because you don't know what would happen. Because if they go from GL, because if they copy Kent, if Bexley copies Kent, Kent has always had creative writing, which Bexley never had. So Bexley Council has only four schools. Remember that they only have four schools. They are not like Kent, which has so many schools they could apply to. They only have four grammar schools in Kent, and for getting admissions in not Kent, Bexley, getting admissions into Bexley grammar schools is very hard because you have to pass, and you have to be in the mileage, and also you have to be getting the score to passing score. So this is something you all have to look. And if you look at this article about the school, it does say that they will tell you later. And also they said that parents in Cario waiting to register their child for 11 plus 2023 for entry into a grammar schools in 2023 can do once the registration process opens in May. If you look at this, they have normally told you that they would be doing it. So here, if you look at this article is here of the school which has confirmed that they would be going from CEM to GL. And also remember that the website is here. You could also look at the website because the website tells you everything about these schools, how the CM entrance is done. So now if you go for GL assessment, what would GL assessment cover? So this is the website for GL assessment. If you guys are new for 11 plus journey, you could just look at the difference between both assessments. What is the difference between GL and CEM? I would not recommend you guys to stop completely CEM books because CEM is still conducting their assessments online and they are still doing it for any year admissions. So they might also consider the same thing for the 11 plus entrances. We should be prepared. There should be a written confirmation for you all. Then you should try doing it. That's the reason you have to try doing both assessments, both the books, GL and CEM. So I'll tell you what the books are for GM and CEM. First of all, I just want to tell you what is the GL entrance first. Then I will tell you the books between what books you do for both of them. So if you look at the GL entrance, you will come to know that GL entrance is basically based on math, English, verbal, non-verbal, and GL also started copying little bit of CEM entrance because now, if you look at, I'll be only telling you about I'm just going on the website so that I can tell you all what basically the assessments are for. So if you look at that, it tells you that how does GL work. So if you go on this website, you will come to know about all the things what GL assessment is basically doing. So this is the reasons. GL assessments are still being used in Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4. So transitions from primary, if you go from primary school to secondary, this is what you guys, your children are doing. So they normally do it. I'm just looking where they can tell you what the assessments are like. So if you go for primary schools, okay, this is something also. If you look at CAT for secondary schools, some parents always ask that what is CAT exam? So CAT for secondary schools, you could also look this into the. You can also look in the assessment of GL. You will come to know what it is, and progress test series in secondary schools. If you look at that, also it tells you every single thing about here. If I go here, so they still do it in secondary schools also. If you look at that, so GL assessment is more popular than your CEM entrance. So maybe that would be the reason they must be shifting from CEM to GL. So now I'll be telling you some books you could buy for both the assessments, which would cover both the assessments. I'm just going on Amazon now. The most popular books, which I would tell you guys, which is good for GL assessment, is bond books. All of you must have heard about bond books. Bond books are the books which you could buy from Amazon, and you could buy in a bundle of four. That's cheaper than buying each individual book. And I would still tell you all to go for CEM books because you should not be stopping CEM completely. So if you want to go for practicing CEM, that is, if you write CGP CEM practice books 10 to 11. I'm just looking. They just have papers here, and I'm looking for the books. Yeah. If you look at this one, you can buy in bundle again. Buying in bundle is really good. You will get maths, verbal, and non-verbal reasoning. Verbal reasoning and non-verbal and verbal and English books are basically almost the same. So I won't say that to go for that. If you want to go for CEM, then I would say that if you want to still practice CGP books, you should practice CGP books because they are really good for your child's vocabulary. Because if the schools will be making their own books, their own papers also, that would be really helpful for you guys to practice these books. It's 11 plus CEM age 10 to 11 practice books and assessments test bundle, maths, verbal and non-verbal reasoning. You can buy them in bundle. They don't have English, but you could buy English separately, but the English would be the same as your verbal reasoning. The comprehensions, everything in English and verbal are almost same. So if you're buying any one of them, it's absolutely fine to go for the other, not go for the other. And I'm just saying any other books. I'm just looking if there's any other books you all can see. But these are the most famous books. Bond and CGP books are really good books. And we also have, if you want to go by topic wise books, we also have really good books for, we also have one math book, which is really good. And if you're starting your 11 plus journey, I would highly recommend you all to go with our book. Our book is really good book, and this book you all can buy for. It covers all the concept of your CEM and GL. You don't need to buy different books for this one. So you can buy any one of these, could be this one or the other one, could be any one of them. So these books are also good for CEM and GL. So it's good for both of them. And the parents who have joined us recently, we are just going to basically we are just saying that you should not completely stop doing the books and everything else with CEM. You should still continue because CEM is still conducting test online. And if you go back to this video, which I would highly recommend you all to go back and see what we all have talked about in this video. I know there are really less members right now who are watching us live, but there are normally more members after the live is complete. So if you guys have any question about the CEM and GL, I would highly recommend you all to just write your questions down and keep asking us because I'm here to help you all. And the best thing is that it's a free democracy. I'll answer your questions and I won't be thrown out from YouTube. So I'll be there to answer your questions. If you go on CEM entrance also, you would see that they also have some good assessments. They also have the good some good books and things which you all can their resources. You can also go on their website and see some of their resources are really good, which you all could just go and have a look at them. This is their website in which you could just go and try doing the assessments. You have the school assessments, you also have the education research. So they have a lot of resources which you could have a look. Remember that the CM entrance is basically based on vocabulary. So you have to think about vocabulary. Now the point is I have to discuss about your children. How would CEM stopping CM entrance completely will benefit your child? So as you know that some children always struggle with the time management, and if CEM entrance is completely stopped, that will benefit the children who struggle with time management. Because if you go for GL assessment, GL assessment is like if you give the child English and verbal paper, you will be giving a child 50 minutes to complete the paper. But in CEM, the child is each section is timed and the child cannot look back what they are doing. The advantage from CEM to GL is that your child can go back and look at the paper what the child is doing, and if the child thinks that they have done something wrong, they could change their answers, which they could not do in CEM, because in CEM entrance your child has to keep going with the time. If one section is complete, your child will be time for the other section. Your child will not be allowed to go back to that section. This is how CEM entrance works. But GL is absolutely different. They don't work like that. They work in a different way. They are more relaxed. They like the children to be more relaxed when they're giving the 11 plus entrance, which in GL, the CEM, the child is more tense because of the time. And there's another thing I want to tell you all that the GL has also started following CEM in some ways. I'll be just talking about the areas I specialize in. That's Bexley and Kent. If I compare Bexley with Kent, Kent has also started copying Bexley in their nonverbal. Before, the nonverbal section of Kent was never timed, but recently they have started timing that section also. So, this is something they have copied from CEM. If your child, if Bexley thinks that they will go from the GL, but there'll be some things which will remain the same, that would be your non-verbal section. Your non-verbal section in Kent, in Bexley, would be same like Kent. So that's why you still have to do it. And I would highly recommend you all not stop doing CEM right now because anything could happen. Wait for this announcement to come. And when they give the announcement and they tell you that, yes, it's over now, we are going from CEM to GL, that is the time you should think about it. Before that, don't think about it. Just keep going as you are going. Another thing could happen is that, as you know, that some consuls make their own papers. Like Southern, they make their own papers. Essex make their own paper. So Bexley could also consider making their own papers similar to CEM style. So they might think that we won't go for GL style because GL is really easy and we don't want to go for that. We want to go make our own papers. They could also try making their own papers, and if they try doing that, you still have to go for the CM and the books what I've just showed you. Try doing that books because these books are really good for your children for their assessment to assess them. And always I say that if you look back to our videos, you would come to know that we always say you all that please, 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 time management is something which is very important for 11 plus entrance. If your child is preparing for 11 plus entrance, please time your child for every single thing your child is doing. If your child is doing assessment paper in bond books, the assessment time for the bond books is 35 minutes to 40 minutes. You should time your child for that time limit and you should not move on to the other section, other paper if your child has not done it. There's any other questions you guys want to ask me, please feel free to ask me. I'll stop sharing the video now. The I'll stop sharing it with you all now. There's anything you want to ask me, or there's any confusion or anything, please feel free to write in the comments. I'll be there to help you all. And that's all for today. There's any other questions you want to ask? I think there are some members who have now joined us live now. So if you want to ask anything, please feel free to ask. I'll give you guys some time to ask me if you want to. Or if there are no questions, then I'll just close the video from today. I'll just close the live for today and then I'll be just answering the questions afterwards if I see there are any questions in the live session, the live you guys have written. I don't think so there's anybody who wants to ask anything. Okay. Okay, guys, it was nice to have you all here. And I'll again say that if you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do it. And please show this video to your friends who channel are just starting the 11 plus journey. I've given some information in this video which is really, really helpful, which will help your child and your friend's child also. That's all for today, and I'll see you back next time. Bye for